I made another list of if the election had gone the other way. And again, my compassion for those of you who really, really wish that it had gone the other way. My suggestion from my experience is that you're probably underinformed. And I have many, many liberal friends, and I've been having some powerful conversations with them. And I say, I really feel for you, and just hang in there, because, and I check with all of them. I said, where are you getting your information? Virtually every time it's from New York Times, CNN, MSNBC, Washington Post, and my social media. So that's a complete bubble. And I have friends who literally haven't looked outside of that bubble in 10 years. And I look at those sources every day. And so I understand that if that's all I was listening to and my friends agreed, I would think that that's what's real. So I say to my friends, just hang in there, because things are going to get better. Your despair is based to a large degree on illusion, in my opinion. And I think you will see over time, as they have in El Salvador, as they have in Argentina, as they have in Miami, as they have in Florida, you will see the improvements, and you will not see a whole lot of what you have been indoctrinated to be terrified of. So if the collectivists, and I much prefer to think in terms of collectivists and freedom lovers instead of Democrats and Republicans and red and blue and conservative and progressive and all that type of thing. If the collectivists had won, because Biden, Harris, Obama, they're all puppets in the collectivist agenda, in my experience. If they had won, we would be looking at billions spent on the climate change hoax and a carbon tax to fund a one world government. Agenda 2030 and the Green New Deal going ahead full speed, approving the WHO pandemic treaty, which basically would have locked down freedom across the world and put it in the hands of Bill Gates and that whole agenda. The border would be open. They would abolish ICE, free healthcare, housing, medical care for illegals, free college. They would raise taxes on unrealized capital gains, continue to print money to inflate the economy, price fixing, energy and chip dependence on China, more wars, destruction of healthcare, increased crime, illegal migrant invasion, stoking racism in lots of ways, but especially through DEI and ESG, trans surgeries and drugs for kids, drag queen story hours in elementary school, men and women's sports, bathrooms, potentially no more elections, and augmenting the wars in Russia and Taiwan. And I could go on and on with that. And so for me, it's such a relief to not have the U.S. military and intelligence agencies under the jurisdiction of people for whom, and we warned about this in Thrive 1, and it's only been validated again and again, year to year, I'm so glad to have the military and the intelligence agencies, not to mention all these other departments, out of the hands whose main job, in my educated opinion, was to destroy the United States so that the people would be so scared, so broke, and so sick that they would more willingly become a part of the New World Order, one world government under the control of the Zionist one world bankers, central bankers, and that whole agenda. So for me, it is a huge, huge relief to at least have a shot. We've at least got a chance now, because not only do we have the unified field and truth and love on our side, but we've actually got some political power, some military power, some intelligence power. While those things are still operative, and I wish they weren't, I think we've got a shot at making the kinds of transitions that Milei and Bukele have made.